Yeah, we have a little fun with it. You know, he had a better game than me Saturday, so I'm just happy to see him. Just he had a great game. I'm happy for him. He deserves. He's a really hard worker. I'm glad we could finally put a complete game together as a defense and as a team.
How playful is that back and forth though? Not just with Minka, but some of the other linemen, Tim, and wanting to compete for sacks out there.
Oh, we always want to compete with each other, no matter what we do. Me and Reuben want to compete. Me and Dalvin, me and Tim. As a defense, we just love to compete with one another. And we feel like that helps keep us sharp.
Does having him as an option blitzing in like that kind of help open up things for y'all?
Oh, of course. We feel like Minka's a very versatile player who really expands our defense's ability. So, we're glad to have him.
Keith Holcombe stepped up and had his career high tackles on Saturday. What do you see out of him each day?
I see the same thing that we saw Saturday. He does every day there in practice. Great leader. He's just like Reuben in a lot of ways. So when his time comes, he's definitely going to be that. I feel like he can be a really good linebacker.
What makes him a strong linebacker, though?
Probably just his presence. He has good presence. He doesn't get rattled with most situations. He commands the defense, gets us lined up, communicates well with one another. So that's probably what I would think is his biggest attribute.
So what's your next step in terms of building off the momentum from last game?
Just being more consistent. You can always find things to improve on, and that's probably the biggest thing is being more consistent. So, that's kind of what we're going to try to improve on this week, just get ourselves ready for this game.
What was film study like after a shutout? Like, what are you looking at when you're in the film room?
Well, the first play we gave up a 43-yard run and then gave up, I think it was like 6 yards for the rest of the half. So that's definitely something that you always want to start strong and finish fast. So, that's something that we got to look at, see what happened there, the miscommunication early in the game. But there's always things you can improve on when looking at the film.
What happened on that play?
Just miscommunication. We didn't play our technique right.
What have you seen from Kentucky?
They love to run the ball. They're very physical up front. They have fast backs. I think one of their backs averaging like 8 yards a carry. So that's super impressive. So we're excited for the opportunity to play such a team who likes to run the ball.
I know it's not a high school, but does homecoming mean anything different when you're in college?
Personally, for me, not really. I'm not really into all the antics, but for the university, it definitely means a lot. We have a lot of homecoming votes coming up. This is always a great time.
The tent that the trainers use on the sidelines, do the players like it?
I've never been in it, but I would assume so. I personally, I've never been inside, so I really couldn't answer that question.
You're the wrong person. Let's keep it that way, John.
I know, right?
Is that privacy though, as a player? Is that important? If you were to go out hamstring, whatever it is, just to get worked on, is that important for you?
Oh, it's definitely important. You just have that sense of privacy. You can communicate with the trainer without having to worry about the cameras or the fans or anything. So that's definitely important as a player.
Getting Tony Brown back this week, what have you seen from him in practice? What do you expect him back?
Just energy, brings so much energy to this team on and off the field. As a team, we're just so happy and excited for him to come back and excited to see what he does this week.
What do you think he can bring this week?
Another level of intensity. If you just see the way he practices, doesn't matter how hot it is, he's just an animal out there. So we're excited for that, ready to have him bring that on to our team this week.
How long do you think it's going to take him to get into that regular game? Obviously you played 4 games already. How long is it going to take him to kind of shake off that rust maybe?
I feel like he's already shaking it off. He's been through a whole camp, been through 4 weeks of hard practices, so the game's the fun part, so I think he'll be ready to come Saturday.
You go up against Jonah a lot in practice. What do you see from him as a true freshman?
Definitely plays beyond his age. He doesn't. You couldn't tell he was a freshman based on how he plays. So he's very, technical, has great technique, physical at the point of attack. So he's definitely a really good player.
How good is he with his hand placement and stuff like that?
Oh, he's very good. We always work to make each other better with our hand placement. So I go against him a lot. He definitely does a good job of getting his hands inside.
How have you seen him improve? You've had a lot of one-on-one matches, I'm sure, at practice. So have you seen since the spring, just in that short time?
Just he's way more comfortable than he was when he first got here, rightfully. So he's definitely he's more consistent than he was. He's just playing really good football right now.
Was there a time in practice, a particular play when he kind of surprised you a little bit?
Probably the first time I played a double team. I wasn't expecting a freshman to come down that hard. So he's definitely earned the D lineman's respect.
Would you grade the defense through 4 games?
I'd probably say probably a B. We play good football, but Ole Miss, we give way too many points, giving up too many explosive plays throughout every game we've played. So there's a lot of room for improvement.
Speaking of Ole Miss, were you upset that he got changed from an interception into a fumble?
No, I wasn't too upset about that. I still got the touchdown. That's the important thing because it helped our team win.
The first 4 games, it doesn't seem like you guys blitz that much. As a defensive lineman, do you like having kind of the onus, the responsibility of being the primary guys for the pass rush?
Oh yeah, we brag in the fact that we can get pressure with only 4 guys. So, I mean, we have no problem with coach not wanting to blitz. I mean, it's our job to get pressure, and we plan on doing that no matter how many guys we send towards the quarterback.
Do you think that simplifies the defense though for everybody else, not just being able to kind of focus on what their strengths are as a player?
Oh, definitely. We feel like if we can get pressure with just 4 defensive linemen and drop 7, it really gives us an advantage on no matter who we play. So that's definitely something that we take pride in, and in selling the fact that we can do that.
We can mention after the game, I guess Jerry put in a few more blitzes from the secondary. Obviously, Minka was one of them. What was it like getting to try some new plays? Maybe you've worked at practice, but having in the game.
I mean, it's always good when you can work new plays, but I mean, those plays we've been running for years now. I mean, just different names and different variations, but I mean, it's always exciting when you can run new and different things in the game, But at the end of the day, it's all about the results, and if we're getting the results that we like, it doesn't matter what we run.
You called Keith a leader, but even though his name isn't thrown out there say as much as like Reuben, how do you see him show that each day?
Oh man, how he just works. I mean, a lot of times he'll rotate in with the ones. He'll take some of the ones reps, and we're not really missing a beat. When Keith comes in, he's a very influential guy, I guess would be a good word to use. I mean, a lot of guys can rally around him and follow him. He's just a natural born leader.
What about his energy on the field?
Oh, he has a ton of energy. I mean, flies around to the ball, can hit just as good as Reuben, so he does a lot of good things for us.
What do you think about his eye pain? He's got that like baseball, eye pain going on.
I mean, I honestly haven't even thought about it, to be honest with you. I didn't even notice it.
What was your reaction when the interception got turned into a fumble that you returned 75 yards?
I didn't even see it until probably Friday before we played Kent State. So I really didn't think nothing of it. I was just, like I said, just happy with the results that helped us get the win.
Going back to Keith, obviously he had to split his time in the spring. Did you feel like it took him a little extra time to kind of, work in with you guys and get comfortable with you guys?
It might have taken him a little extra time, but it wasn't a noticeable change. I feel like he did a good job of adjusting to that.
Alex mentioned his eye and stuff, but what about his diabetes? Do you see that? How he powers through that? What do you think of him in that aspect?
Based on how he plays, you couldn't even tell he has diabetes, so you have to give him a lot of credit. He deserves a lot of credit for that. But based on how he plays, you have no idea that he would have that.
Jonathan, what do you think of Matt Wilson and how he's going?
He's definitely versatile. I mean, he plays offense, defense, can long snap, punt. So I mean, he's definitely a dynamic player. And, I'm excited to see how he progresses throughout the next couple of years.
Thanks, John. Thank you. John, I could be wrong, but I think you're going to have it.
I don't know about that. Reuben's a freak of an athlete. I tried to hit as hard as him, but if I do that, I might break my body in half.
How are you feeling after Saturday's game?
Good. We after Saturday's game, watching the film, we still got a couple things we need to clean up, but we're getting closer to being that complete game what Coach Saban's challenged us to do, so we just need to keep building on that.
What about your game specifically?
I was just glad to be out there. The coaches trust me to go out there, do my job, make my calls, and that's what I pride myself in doing.
Does it give you confidence when you make the multiple tackles and you get a lot of more playing time?
I mean, it's fun going out there just flying around to the ball, feeling like you're a little kid again, which you've always dreamed of doing. But I mean, that's what they recruited me to come here and do, and that's how I'm trying to fulfill that.
How tough is it to play 2 sports?
I mean, it's a little challenging, but I mean, I understood what I was getting into when I signed up for it, so I'm just blessed to have the opportunity to do it here at the university.
I spoke to you obviously kind of during spring, early in the part. What was that like near the end of spring practice, still going back and forth, going from practice to a game or something like that?
Well, I mean, I can't really talk about that right now because it's football. I don't want to focus on baseball too much because over here it's football season. That's what I need to put all my emphasis on.
When is that that switch flip?
Probably around close to January, end of football season for sure. After the playoffs, national championship, whatever we accomplish here in football, then I'll go right over to baseball.
How long did it take you then in football to get readjusted and kind of, especially in fall camp and stuff like that, get pretty acclimated? To
football?
Yeah.
Not long. I mean, once you're in here for a couple seasons, you understand the process, and it takes maybe a day to get your body get going, then get your mind right, and it's not that hard to get back into football. It's a tear on your body because that's just Alabama football. That's what they're going to do to you. But like I said, it's not that bad.
You dealt with some nagging injuries in the preseason. How was it like kind of overcoming some of those?
Well, I had a couple nicks and dings here and there, but with the help of the training staff, they really helped me out. I've been staying in there a lot, getting the best things I can so I can be able to play on Saturdays, go out throughout practice and do my job.
You kind of carry over that baseball eye paint, though. Can you kind of tell us behind that?
Growing up, my dad said, if you look good, you play good, so that's a little bit of a thing. I like to carry, just get a little bit of eye black, and I'm not the biggest guy, so I gotta improve on my intimidation factor, so I put a little bit of eye black on to help with that.
You see some scared looks on the other side of the line?
Say what?
You see any nervous looks when you're coming at them on the other side of the line?
I don't know about that. I highly doubt they're going to be that scared of me coming at them, but who knows?
Who do you think's the most intimidating player on your team?
On our team? When I would have to say Reuben or John Allen. When they get fired up, they get going. They get a look in their eye that you know they're ready to play, and somebody's about to get hit.
They might not see you as intimidating at first, but maybe after 5-6 tackles, you start seeing it a little bit.
I don't really pay attention to that because I think I'm more focused on trying to get the call and trying to get everybody else lined up. But hopefully that's what, when I'm playing, that's what people think of. But I don't really pay attention to that as well. Just key on my keys and play call.
I think on your signing day, you said you wanted to play with Corey Reamer when you came here. Have you accomplished that goal so far?
Still in the process of that, so I don't even know. I'm just trying to be the best player that I can be and help out this team any way I can.
That first hit back after baseball, what's that always feel like?
It feels good. I mean, you're a little nervous, but once you get it out of your system, you're ready to go, ready to rock and roll.
Since you have baseball also, there's not really an off season. What's it like handling that you can't have one period of time to decompress?
Well, it just keeps me focused. Keeps me focused out there. I'm always in shape. That's always a good thing. So can't really complain about that. But like I said, I mean, baseball. I'm excited for baseball to be around here. But right now, it's football season. That's what I got to focus on.
Couple more. How proud of you of your alma mater, Hillcrest? It's kind of becoming like a pipeline with Brian Robinson on his way, soon, and then just how that you had a chance to keep up with them this year.
Oh yeah, I keep up with them every Friday night in the hotel. I'm talking to some old coaches, stuff like that. Always on Twitter, getting the feeds. But I can say I'm a very proud alumni of Hillcrest. I followed them throughout. During the spring when they won state and baseball, and now hopefully they can keep going strong in football and make a run for state title on that.
As a local player, do you does homecoming mean anything extra to you, and do you have any homecoming memories of football?
I remember growing up with my family, we used to always go to the bonfire outside the library. And I just remember that doing when I was very young, but I know come Saturday is going to be a great environment, great fans, and I can't wait to get out there under the lights for an SEC game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Did you watch the debate?
Yeah, I did for a little bit, and then I fell asleep. Okay. I did for a little while though.
Just, because you're one of the veteran players, I saw on social media last night, Damian was kind of vocal about his opinion, expressed his own opinion about the political race, but some fans kind of got onto him a little bit, don't stick to football kind of thing. I guess what's your reaction when you're trying to express your personal opinion and you get a response like that?
We play football, but we have a life also. We can say what we want to say, so I just feel like, everybody should stay in their own lane and mind their business, then it'll be a great world. So that's what I think about that.
Thank you.
What did you see from Josh Jacobs in relief on Saturday?
Oh, he did a great job for us. Him being a young guy, he knew he had to step up when Damian went down, and all of our backs stepped up big. But just to see that from a true freshman was very encouraging.
Did you see early on when you saw him at camp this sort of success is possible for him?
I did. I saw Josh. During fall camp, he had a couple great days of scrimmages when we had 2 scrimmages in the fall, and I could just tell he had a lot of good talent. And he made some plays that were kind of really weren't positive plays, but he breaking tackles that he shouldn't have broke. And I was like, yeah, this kid has some juice, and I think that's when I really noticed he was so good.
Who's got more juice, you or him?
I don't know. My name is Juice, so probably me.
If you had to give a letter grade to the downfield passing game so far, what would you give it?
Just overall year.
Yeah.
I'll probably say, I'm not sure how it goes with grading, but we had some opportunities, to make plays. Sometimes we can't really get the opportunities. Just it's up front sometimes with us. So. But like I said, we got a chance to make plays, and sometimes it don't happen, sometimes it does. But I would think so far, with the season being so young, we've done a great job.
What needs to improve in that matter?
Say that again?
What do you guys need to improve?
I would just think timing, just everybody get on the same chemistry. But that comes as the season goes, and it's just all about timing.
Max, how do you think Hale and Miller have sort of developed through the first 4 games?
I think they're doing a great job. He's been around. He's played football with us last year, so he knows how to play. He knows what it takes to be a competitor at the tight end position. Miller, he's a young guy. He's doing great though. He learned the system, came in mid-year, and I think he's doing a great job for us so far.
Outside of just constant practice reps, how do you develop that timing with a quarterback? Calvin mentioned, more reps, just one-on-one reps with him maybe help, but when you got 4 other quarterbacks throwing the ball to you sometimes.
Like you said, you just got to find time, before practice, after practice. You just got to be able to get that chemistry with each guy, because you never know who's going to be in the game. So you just got to get the timing down with each quarterback, no matter who it is.
Now that you've watched the film, seen that Max throw your touchdown, can you say anything to him?
So Max
Wilson.
Oh yeah, I did. He was like, man, he was just apologizing. He really felt bad about it. I was like, man, it's okay. At least somebody caught the ball. Now both of us looking like we thought each other was gonna catch it. So, it's his first career touchdown. I can't be mad at him for that.
You ever had anybody apologize for scoring a touchdown before?
Never. I never had anybody do that. But he felt bad. He really did. He didn't know I was gonna be behind him. But like I told him, man, don't worry about it. It's your first career. I'll let you slide this time.
So how did you bring it up to him? What did you say?
It wasn't me at first. It was, it was. I think Jalen was like, I was doing that with OJ, but good catch. And he came up to me, he was like, man, my bad. I was like, don't worry about it. It's cool. That's basically how it came up. And I guess he looked at the film on Monday or whatever, and he saw it, and then he kept apologizing again. I was like, don't worry about it, man. It's cool. So that's really how that came about.
What did you see in Kentucky?
When I looked at them yesterday, we went over the scouting report. I see they got a really big D-line. A lot of guys, one guy 6'7", a couple guys 6'5", 300 pounds. So I think those are some really big guys. We got to do a great job of getting those guys blocked up front. They got 2 really big cornerbacks, guys like 6'4" and 6'3". So I think one-on-one, we got to do a great job winning those matchups.
And they caught a pass earlier in the game. It was tipped by a linebacker. Looked like it came to you. What do you remember for that pass?
That was a play. Like you said, the guy tipped it, and I just kept my focus on the ball. I just wanted to make that catch. I just really had to focus. It was a tough catch, but I just stayed focused on it.
Was it thrown hard enough to get to you? Was it?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was thrown really hard. I think that's why the guy kind of he misjudged it. It was thrown so hard. I thought he was going to try to intercept it, but it was coming so hard and kind of behind him, so he only could tip it, and he tipped it to me.
And it's not high school, but what does homecoming mean to you as a college athlete?
I think it's a lot of tradition. Each Friday night, us as the seniors, we get to go out and go to the bonfire with the coach and some of the other fans, and I think that's fun. I think that's like one of the memories you get to remember of homecoming. We don't get to participate in the other things, so I think that's just one of the memories that sticks out with me for the whole week.
Do you have a specific homecoming memory that stands out that you remember?
From here in college?
Yeah.
I just think last year, going to, I went to it again, like a couple of leadership goals, so the leadership I went last year, and it was just fun, seeing like the older guys like Reggie and the seniors and Ryan, Kelly, they get to get up there and talk and say some words of encouragement and talk about how they love the fans for the 4 years supporting them, and that's probably just one of the best moments you can see, like finally letting us tell the fans face to face that we appreciate them.
Was it bittersweet because you're a senior? Your last homecoming here?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. You know, I get a chance to tell the fans how much I appreciate them for the 4 years I've been here. So I'm looking forward to that.
You nervous about talking in front of everyone like that? You talk to us every.
No, I'm not. You know, I'm going from the heart. You know, I really mean it, and you know, we got the best fans in the country. So I'm just gonna tell them what I think.
Thanks, OJ.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all.
Just how would you assess the defense through 4 games?
Defense doing well. It's just we got a little small things Nick's to work on.
It's things like big plays. One of those things you need to work on.
What's that again?
Things like big plays. What you need to work on.
Yeah, big plays. Like little big plays. You know, allow none for real. That's what the coaches want. That's what we want. That's our goal each game. But you know, like I said, Nick's the fix on.
How are you feeling? This is our first time talking to you since you went out with cramps, I guess. How does the body feel?
I feel great. I feel great. 4 hours feel good.
Put some gas in it.
Yeah, put some good motor oil in it.
I wanted to ask you about the Ole Miss. We saw that video and the vine of you hitting Chad Kelly across. It kind of looked like you were almost swinging the follow through. You had a little bit of follow through. What were you trying to do on that?
I tried to follow through, but at the end of the when all was said and done, I had a black eye at the end of that. But it was great. It was great. Sorry. By hitting. Yeah.
You got a black eye from hitting him?
Yeah. He's a hard.
You hit him hard enough to give you a black eye?
Nah, yeah, he was hard to hit. I don't know, but he was a tough guy.
Speaking of guys, do you get intimidated when you see Keith Holcombe and the eye black he brings?
Oh boy, Keith Holcombe is a whole nother animal. He's a whole nother animal. Yeah. Oh, in what way?
Yeah.
Oh man, he just got one speed. Like he motivated me. He got one speed. Like he don't let nothing get him down. Like I never seen nobody like that. Like there's diabetes and all that. He don't let him get it down. Like it don't get him down. He's on go, 100%.
What kind of car is he?
I give him. I give him a Maybach. You know, he kind of fancy, but you know, I give him a Maybach.
I saw you had a different kind of handshake or something like that with him.
Yeah, we actually came up with that handshake before the game, and it was I like it.
One for other players on the team, or is it just the same one, or what?
Yeah, man, Sean Hamilton got one. He doing his fraternity Kappa signal. I'm doing my Q-Dog signal, and you know that's about it.
Mika says he's coming for your leading tackles. What do you say to him?
Hey, if he get it, that means our defense is great.
You know the tent that the trainers use on the sideline. Do you like it?
No, I love it. Yeah, I won't have to walk all the way in the locker room. I can just go right there, boom, get fixed up, get an oil change, hop back out.
How is that? I mean, does the privacy help a little bit? That's obviously one of the reasons they developed it. Do you like having that?
Yeah, I love having that privacy, man. I don't want nobody from back home to get worried about me or nothing, or somebody say the wrong thing, because it's really nothing for real. Just go out there, get an oil change, come on back out, like I said.
You guys are getting Tony back. What does he bring to this defense?
Oh man, Tony about to be like a caged animal. That's all he can talk about, like getting back on the field and just playing with us. And Tony, he bring fire to the whole team. Killer shots that get our adrenaline going and ready to play.
We hear he's been pretty kind of lit at practice.
He been lit. He like when people down, he get us all up, going like another Coach Cop.
Thanks, Reuben.